Imagine a leader who not only preached the highest ideals of spirituality, but also stepped into the trenches of human suffering, leading by example. This is the incredible journey of Swami Vivekananda, where spirituality met action and compassion became a call to arms. In today's episode, we explore Swami Vivekananda's tireless efforts during one of the most challenging times of his life. From alleviating the suffering caused by a deadly plague in Calcutta, to imparting life-changing wisdom to his Western disciples in the serene valleys of Kashmir. This chapter highlights the Swami's dedication to living his teachings. Stay tuned as we dive into the profound and transformative journey of a spiritual giant who inspired the world, not just through words, but through selfless action. The Swami worked hard to assuage the suffering of the afflicted people. Their love and admiration for him knew no bounds as they saw this practical application of Vedanta at a time of human need. The plague having been brought under control, the Swami left Kolkata for Nainital on May 11th, accompanied by, among others, his Western disciples. From there, the party went to Almora, where they met the Seviers. During this tour, the Swami never ceased instructing his disciples. For his Western companions, it was a rare opportunity to learn Indian history, religion and philosophy direct from one who was an incarnation of the spirit of India. Some of the talks the Swami gave were recorded by Sister Nivedita in her charming book notes of some wanderings with the Swami Vivekananda. In Almora, the Swami received news of the deaths of Pavari Baba and Mr. Goodwin. He had been closely drawn to the former during his days of wandering. Goodwin died on June 2nd. Hearing of this irreparable loss, the Swami exclaimed in bitter grief, "My right hand is gone." To Goodwin's mother, he wrote a letter of condolence in which he said, "The debt of gratitude I owe him can never be repaid. And those who think they have been helped by any thought of mine ought to know that almost every word of it was published through the untiring and most unselfish exertions of Mr. Goodwin. In him I have lost a friend true as steel, a disciple of never-failing devotion, a worker who knew not what tiring was, and the world is less rich by the passing away of one of those few who are born, as it were, to live only for others." The Swami also sent her the following poem, which he had written in memory of Goodwin, bearing witness to the affection of the teacher for the disciple. "Requiescat in pace speed forth, O soul, upon thy star-strewn path. Speed, blissful one, where thought is ever free, where time and space no longer miss the view. Eternal peace and blessings be with thee, thy service true, complete thy sacrifice. Thy home the heart of love transcendent find, remembrance sweet, that kills all space and time. Like altar roses fill thy place behind. Thy bonds are broke, thy quest in bliss is found. And one with that which comes as death and life, thou helpful one, unselfish heir on earth, ahead, still help with love this world of strife." Before the Swami left Almora, he arranged to start again the monthly magazine Prabuddha Bharata, which had ceased publication with the death of its gifted editor, B.R. Rajam Iyer. Swami Swarupananda became its new editor, and Captain Sevier the manager. The magazine began its new career at Almora. Then, on June 11th, the Swami, in the company of his Western disciples, left for Kashmir as the guest of Misasol. Bull. The trip to Kashmir was an unforgettable experience for the Westerners. The natural beauty of the country, with its snow-capped mountains reflected in the water of the lakes, its verdant forests, multicolored flowers, and stately poplar and chenna trees, make the valley of Kashmir a paradise on earth. Throughout the journey, the Swami poured out his heart and soul to his disciples. At first, he was almost obsessed with the ideal of Shiva, whom he had worshipped since boyhood. And for days he told the disciples legends relating to the great god of renunciation. The party spent a few days in houseboats, and in the afternoons the Swami would take his companions for long walks across the fields. The conversations were always stimulating. One day he spoke of Genghis Khan and declared that he was not a vulgar aggressor. He compared the Mongol emperor to Napoleon and Alexander, saying that they all wanted to unify the world, and that it was perhaps the same soul that had incarnated itself 3 times in the hope of bringing about human unity through political conquest. In the same way, he said, one soul might have come again and again as Krishna, Buddha, and Christ to bring about the unity of mankind through religion. In Kashmir, the Swami pined for solitude. The desire for the solitary life of a monk became irresistible, and he would often break away from the little party to roam alone. After his return, he would make some such remark as, "It is a sin to think of the body, it is wrong to manifest power," or "Things do not grow better, they remain as they are." It is we who grow better by the changes we make in ourselves. Often he seemed to be drifting without any plan, and the disciples noticed his strange detachment. At no time, Sister Nivedita wrote, would it have surprised us had someone told us that today or tomorrow he would be gone forever, that we were listening to his voice for the last time. This planlessness was observed in him more and more as his earthly existence drew towards its end. 2 years later, when Sister Nivedita gave him a bit of worldly advice, the Swami exclaimed in indignation, "Plans, plans. That is why you Western people can never create a religion. If any of you ever did, it was only a few Catholic saints who had no plans. Religion was never preached by planners." About solitude as a spiritual discipline, the Swami said one day that an Indian could not expect to know himself till he had been alone for 20 years. Whereas from the Western standpoint, a man could not live alone for 20 years and remain quite sane. On the 4th of July, the Swami gave a surprise to his American disciples by arranging for its celebration in an appropriate manner. An American flag was made with the help of a Brahmin tailor, and the Swami composed the following poem. To the 4th of July, behold, the dark clouds melt away that gathered thick at night and hung so like a gloomy pall above the earth. Before thy magic touch the world awakes. The birds in chorus sing. The flowers raise their star-like crowns dew set, and wave thee welcome fair. The lakes are opening wide, in love their 100,000 lotus eyes to welcome thee with all their depth. All hail to thee, thou Lord of light. A welcome new to thee today, O sun. Today thou sheddest liberty. Bethink thee how the world did wait and search for thee through time and clime. Some gave up home and love of friends and went in quest of thee self-banished, through dreary oceans, through primeval forests. Each step a struggle for their life or death. Then came the day when work bore fruit, and worship, love and sacrifice fulfilled, accepted and complete. Then thou propitious rose to shed the light of freedom on mankind. Move on, O Lord, in thy resistless path, till thy high noon o'erspreads the world, till every land reflects thy light, till men and women, with uplifted head, behold their shackles broken, and know in springing joy their life renewed. As the Swami's mood changed, he spoke of renunciation. He showed scorn for the worldly life and said, "As is the difference between a firefly in the blazing sun, between a little pond and the infinite ocean, a mustard seed and the mountain of Meru, such is the difference between the householder and the sannyasin." Had it not been for the ochre robe, the emblem of monasticism, he pointed out, luxury and worldliness would have robbed man of his manliness. Thus the party spent their time on the river, the teacher providing a veritable university for the education of his disciples. The conversation touched upon all subjects: Vedic rituals, Roman Catholic doctrine, Christ, St. Paul, the growth of Christianity, Buddha. In the next episode, we will witness one of the most spiritually intense moments of Swami Vivekananda's life as he makes a sacred pilgrimage to the Amarnath cave. Alongside his disciples, Swami Vivekananda confronts the mysteries of life and death, experiences a profound vision of Lord Shiva, and finds himself drawn deeper into the worship of Kali, the Divine Mother. This journey not only tested his physical limits, but also transformed his spiritual understanding in ways that would shape his teachings forever. Join us as we explore these pivotal experiences and the wisdom that flowed from them. Thank you for listening till the end. Please subscribe, turn on the notifications, like, comment, and share with your friends. This will help more listeners to discover our channel and content.